Hi, my name is Paul Merrick and welcome to Car Advice TV. Today we're looking at the best way to spend 70 grand on a sports sedan. And here to help us make that decision are editor David Toomey and fellow road tester Matt Brogan.
Under my hand here we've got BMW's 135i Coupe. It's a twin-turbo inline 6-cylinder. Over here under David we've got Volkswagen's R32 Golf, which is a V6 naturally aspirated all-wheel drive.
And then we've got the all-wheel drive brigade. We've got the Mitsubishi Evo 10, the very latest from Mitsubishi. And last but not least, the Subaru WRX STI.
Okay, so we're in the 135i Coupe at the moment. It's a pretty small car, as you can tell. There's not much room in the back there. So inside the cabin you've got an array of features. It comes with iDrive, satellite navigation. A lot of people complain about the complexity of iDrive, but it's actually not that hard to deal with. It's quite an intuitive system. It's perfect room for heel towing with the pedals. They're nicely spaced and you don't get that cramped feeling that you do sometimes in left-hand drive converted cars. So the handling dynamics of the car are absolutely superb. You can really pile it into a corner without having to worry too much about where it's going. It really is a point-and-shoot car, but you've got to be careful. It's rear-wheel drive, and sending all that power through two wheels can become a bit dangerous at times. Being a small car, visibility is fantastic out of all sides. Front end, you can see where you're parking. It's such a small car, so you can really see everything that's going on, even out the back window.
Performance on hand in this Evolution is just absolutely mind-blowing, and Mitsubishi's new dual clutch transmission is very quick to respond. Now the rear spoiler in the Evolution is a bit of an issue if you're just driving around and trying to live with it day to day. It does obstruct your vision. It's right where a car would be behind you, so if you're trying to look at anything coming behind you, best to use the side mirrors here. Paddle shift's not bad. It is a static shift, so it doesn't move with the wheel. Sorry. And you've got a lot of gadgets in this car as well. Like we've got sat-nav here, and we've got a quite decent stereo with a subwoofer in the boot. The other upside to the Evolution is that there's actually a back seat you can use in it, and you'd certainly have no dramas getting the kids in there should you choose to make them car seat.
The performance of the car is very, very good. It's certainly very quick. It will accelerate nearly as hard as any of the cars in this group. The only thing I would say about it is that, like everything else, it's had that very, very hard edge taken off it, and it's only when you get to the top end of the rev range do you get that typical Subaru Boxer engine overrun sound. It's a lot easier to use, it's a lot more friendly to drive, and it does have a hard edge. When you really get stuck into it, it's quite surprising how much grip there is in the chassis. The car is a lot easier to drive than the old STI, and it's the sort of car you could certainly give to your mother to drive down to the shops, or take it out and give it a fairly hard drive if you wanted to do that.
Here we are in the Volkswagen Golf, my favourite by far. It drives really well. It's got power, but it still feels like you're in control of the power. Sticks to the road, takes corners well. Loving the steering wheel. Never been a huge fan of racing seats, but these ones are surprisingly comfortable. It's two doors, so probably not great to get the kids in and out of it, but the back seats sort of tick back a bit. I did admit I wasn't a rev head, but when you put your foot down, it makes this beautiful noise. Good all-round car, and feel in control, and my favourite by far.
Right, so we tested the absolute crap out of these cars. What do you guys think?
Not bad actually.
Well, let's go inside and see what they'll drink.
Why not? Well, for me, Volkswagen, followed by the Beamer, Evo, and then the STI.
From my point of view, it's the Evo, Volkswagen, BMW, and the STI unfortunately comes last.
I've got a bit of an idea here. Seeing as how, you know, it's the mother of the house that always gets the vote, why don't we ask for a woman's perspective on this?
Let's see how we go.
Now Reece, we've sort of had a bit of a discrepancy here in the final decision. David really likes the Evo, but Paul and I are both sort of leaning towards the Volkswagen. Given that, you know, the wife makes the decision a lot of the times as to where the money's actually spent, what do you think?
The Evo Volkswagen, they stick to the road, they take corners. Even if I was a bit unsure, it'd sort of correct it for me. I can't go past the Golf.
Yeah, good stuff. David, you've been outvoted. Done.